Good afternoon, morning, or evening to all. This is just a I don't I don't know what this is. I'm thinking weekly update video. For those who don't follow me on Twitter or don't know what I've been doing or hasn't seen my last video, I have been going down on a journey of 100 days of comics, which is the challenge that I'm currently going. I've tweaked it because I know me and I can't do something straight for 100 days, let alone 20, which was the last time I think I attempted something of this nature and I got through like 21 and then I died, metaphorically, just from burnout. So I'm doing the 100-day challenge thing, but tweaked slightly, where I work Monday through Friday on this thing as soon as I wake up in the morning, and then I take Saturday and Sunday off to go and work on other stuff or just do fun stuff so I don't get burnt out. Because one of my resolutions this year was finish a comic, and by and large I actually got inspired to do this comic of, if you've seen my last video, I'm basically rewriting and adapting Onision's Reaper's Creek and adapting it into a comic. And I've officially gone 8 days on this, and throughout that little bit over a week time period, I have basically gotten most of the character designs done. Most of them, there's still some secondary characters I'm figuring out. And I have finished the first draft of the outline. I'm going to actually, if you follow me, this is probably going to go up on Monday, so I would have already streamed once today. But I'm streaming daily over on my Twitch account, Monday through Friday at like 6:30 to 7 in the morning. Yes, I wake up that early. No, it's not because I have to anymore, but I ain't changing my sleep schedule again, so early to bed, early to rise makes one healthy, smart, and wise. I don't know. That's a saying or something. I don't know. I think I messed it up. I'm proof that it is a lie, but I am getting up in the morning and I'm getting stuff done. That's all I really care about. So I wanted to, just look at what I've done and catch her up on what I have been able to accomplish in this little bit over a week. It's probably not going to be weekly. If you cannot tell, this is not scripted. I am just rambling off of the mouth. Enjoy the word vomit that is going into your ear holes. I don't know why I have over 2K subscribers. Y'all are insane, but okay. But, so, let's just go through and I'm just going to show y'all what I've been accomplished, and just in general from what I've been drawing, I already see an improvement of just getting up and doing something early in the morning. My drawing skills have improved slightly. As we look here, I started off with Daniel. I'm probably going to attempt to revamp him again, because it wasn't all that different, but I feel like my later drawings are slightly different and more polished. See, in fact, this, I think, and this were the designs I did. I have trouble designing kids, so I was doing a lot of reference searching up when I was drawing this one. Then I also have his parents and his sister done. These are his mom and his dad. And I was kind of pleased with how they turned out. They're probably going to go through some slight changes, because again, this was only day 2, and I was trying to get 2 characters done in an hour. Okay, and then we moved on, and I only did basically 1 to 1.5 characters done a day after that. So we had Maddie, who is by far my favorite when it comes to her hair. I loved all the curls. And I'm probably going to kill myself trying to draw this when I actually get to the comic portion. I'm just happy she only shows up at the beginning and at the end. She's a very minor character, but I'm enjoying her design. Very much so. And then we have the best friend, Will, who's gone through a couple of name changes. His original name was Drew, then I went and named him Bill. But then given the inspiration for this, I felt that was slightly tacky. And so I changed his name to Will. Because I wasn't thinking when I just randomly came up with names. Because I was like, I don't really like Drew. I'm going to name him, he looks like a Bill. And I was like, oh wait, that's not a good idea. So his name is Will, not Bill. And then we go over to Debbie. And I was just trying to figure out what the frick I was going to do with her hair. So she got braids like Maddie. I kind of like the braided pigtails with the headband. But this character, Travis, not that one. It's kind of in between these two. I was more leaning toward this one because the curls are not as drastic. It's got a little bit of floof to his hair, and I enjoy that. And like, I originally wasn't going to have all that much to do with Travis, but the longer I wrote and the longer I was having to write dialogue for this character, the more I kind of just like, I love this kid. And he's kind of like a snarky smartass, but I don't know. I was like, when you are writing characters and you're not really planning it out, you go through these ups and downs of, I love this character, oh my gosh, he's an ass. And there's other things, and this is basically just a writing exercise at this point for me, just to, writing/art exercise. Basically to get my rear in gear and to actually do something and get something accomplished. And Travis, I think, is easily my favorite character to write at this point. And then we have Death, whose design I'm still working on, low-key, but this is basically the general gist of kind of like how I'm going to have him function. Because I didn't want him, or the character of Death, who shows up in this book. How to explain my idea? Like, it's basically, how I have it written out is, Death doesn't walk around with a scythe. He has this walking stick because he's always hunched over. But the scythe, or in the story, Death manifests around, like, those who are coming toward their end. Like, in the original Reaper's Creek, the main character could see a red glow around anything that was dead. I took that concept and kind of tweaked it a bit, of that instead of a red glow, you see this gray mist. And this mist accumulates around people who are nearing the end of their time on Earth. And as they get closer to death, it gets darker, darker, and darker. And then Death shows up to guide them onto the afterlife. So, in my book, Daniel has a near-death experience to which he encounters death. It was not yet his time, so death takes him back to his body, and he wakes up with the ability to see this mist around those who are about to die. And there's a bad guy who is killing for reasons of his own, and Death wants that to stop because people being sent to him before his time kind of pisses him off. And I'm like debating, do I want to just like go through the when I'm doing thumbnails, do I want to go through but from chronological order of start at the beginning and just work my way to the end, or do I want to skip around through scenes? Because the fight scene at the end, or like the end where the bad guy dies, spoiler alert, when he hits rock bottom and he dies, I'm just like, I kind of want to draw that first, because it's kind of cathartic, because I don't know, there's a lot of backstory in my head that doesn't actually get into the thing, and again, this is why it's only the first draft is written, and I'm just, it's so weird, guys. I originally picked up this idea to rewrite this god-awful book because I didn't want to get invested in the characters and therefore get hung up on their backstories and their interactions and their 3-generation long lineage and the epilogues. And I'm just like, This is why I haven't written much of my own characters, because I have too much in my head and I always come up with more and it's always changing. I'm just like, oh my god. And then I was like, I'll just do it with someone else's stuff and I'll revamp it and I'll twist it so it's no longer unrecognizable as its original source. And then it's just like, it's like a kid finding a puppy and naming it and then it's theirs. That is what has happened here. This has been the stray puppy I have found. I have named it, I've gotten attached, and now I am crying because my mom is calling the pound on it. Guys, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm having fun, and it's like a weird, torturous fun, but it's fun, and I'm officially insane. That's it. I'm losing my mind, and some of y'all are on the ride with me, and I appreciate you so much, but it's just like, oh my god, what have I gotten myself into? Okay, moving on. The last character I did, I honestly don't know what I was doing. I was just... I was trying to think, how do I want to design this character? And I'm just like, well, this is based off of Onision's book. Onision's kind of a garbage human. So, I was just Googling pictures of Onision and drawing him crazy. Well, like, that's what these last two were. Like, this one and this one. That was just, like, crazy pictures of Onision that I kind of altered smidgely. And I'm just like, I don't even know what I'm doing. I still have to write more interactions with him, because he just... Most of the interaction I have written down so far is just at the end. And I need to make it a little bit more cohesive so he just doesn't appear at the end. Again... Because it's a comic, I can always stick him in the background having interactions there, but it's like he's not having direct interactions with the kids. And I think that might be some slight mental barriers that I have with me, where I don't want children anywhere near any sort of representation of this person, but again, to make sense of the story, he kind of has to have some interaction. Supervised at this point, but yes, this is how my brain works. I have so many hiccups and holdbacks that things like this happen, and I don't like hurting my characters, except this character. This character I will gladly have shot in the head. Like, I think I've told y'all about this before. It's like, I have problems hurting my own characters. I don't want anything bad to happen to them, but life is not all sunshine and rainbows, and neither is fiction, unless it's really god-awful fiction where everyone sings Kumbaya and there's no conflict, and then it's just boring. And that's the thing, I don't want things to be boring, so conflict must exist. And before I start waxing philosophically, I think that's gonna be it for this little update video. I don't know why, how, or if this is even going to see the light of day. It probably is if you're watching this. This has seen the light of day against my better judgment, but this is going to be an interesting project. And I look forward to actually seeing it completed. It's probably going to be god-awful. There's no probably. It's going to be god-awful. But I will have proven to myself that I can get something done. And then maybe I can pull from the backlog of things I've written over the years that has not seen the light of day. Give it a little bit of rehashing, pop it over to an editor, and then see if I can do it again. Because I like the, what's the word I'm looking for? I like the routine of it. And, like, I think that was my problem. It's like, I used to have a pretty good routine back when I was in college. But as soon as I didn't have to do work on top of, like, just going to work, as soon as I, like, didn't have schoolwork anymore, it's like, I felt like my productivity just took a nosedive. Because I didn't have anything, and I was terrible at setting my own schedules for personal projects. Like, there's so many partially completed storyboards for animation just lying around. Actually, I probably should. That might be the next project once I finish this. Because I have a music video that I've been wanting to make for years now, but I've been rambling long enough. Okay, so I'm probably going to do these periodically just to update you guys over here on YouTube who don't get up at the crack of dawn and come over and hang out with me on Twitch, but hey, to each their own. I'll still keep you guys clued in. You follow me on Twitter for more updates. I'm probably going to be posting, like, turnarounds of characters and stuff like that. I don't know what I'm doing anymore, guys. But if I get stuck on something, I might do a poll or something, so we'll see. We shall see. This is all an experiment, just to see if I can do it. And I think it's gonna be worth it. So I hope to see more people over on my Twitch to see the insanity that is going on. And oh guys, what have I done to myself? What have I done? Bye bye.